Hey everybody, it's Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. Happy to be with you one more day. And this is day 2 of Easter week 1. And we are having so much fun. I decided to use the Easter Bunny stamp set and punch again. So this time we are going to use the punch to punch out. We're going to use this bunny, and that's the one that punches out with this. This is such a fantastic set. You guys are going to love it. And we're going to just go ahead and get to it. I'm going to talk to you just slightly about what we're making. So we have these little marshmallow bunnies. See, it's peeking from the inside its bunny hole. And it's a gift card holder. So I have a Happy Easter right there and a gift card tucked away. Isn't that so fun? Love it. All right. So let's move this out of the way. We'll get started. The first thing I'm going to do is stamp our bunny on a scrap of fresh freesia cardstock, and then we're going to punch it out. So let me bring my silicone mat in. We'll be using that. I'm going to grab my Memento Tuxedo Black. We're going to grab the stamp. And this is a see-through photopolymer stamp set, as you can see. We're going to stamp that right there on our cute scrap. I love bunnies because bunnies are just part of my life. My daughter has a bunny and I adore him. And so anything that has to do with a bunny, I'm all about it. All right, so let's clean that. And we're going to punch our bunny out. So we're going to flip this over. And we're going to slide this into the punch. It's easier to punch upside down. So what you want to do is line up your bunny so that it fits as even as you can get it to happen, right? It's like we just do our best. And there you go. You should be able to see it pretty well right there. We're going to give it a punch, and out pops the bunny. So cute. I'm just going to put him to the side. We don't need him yet, but I did want to get that part out of the way. All right. The first thing that usually happens in my videos is the Simply scoreboard comes out, and today that's happening again. So we're going to get our board out, and we're going to start with a piece of Tahitian tied cardstock. And it's 4 inches, as you can see down this side, by 7 inches. And it's super awesome because you can get 2 of these out of 1 sheet of cardstock. And I love things that get multiples out of a sheet. So what we're going to do is we're going to score only down the long side. So we're going to score at 1 inch, 1 3/4, 2 3/4, and 3 1/2. And that's it for scoring. So those are score lines. I have a little something on my hands. I'm gonna try and get that out, but it'll be covered with DSP. All right, so we want to turn it to the raised side. You see how these are raised and that's indented? So the raised side is what we want, and we're gonna join our corners here like we're making a card, but we're not. Grab our bone folder, and that's gonna get this score line. Okay, and then we're just gonna slowly bring each one back and make sure we burnish on each line. And here's the last one. All right, so now we have these cool score lines, and what we want to do is we're going to flip it. The raised side is still inside, and on the outside we're going to attach all of our layers of designer series paper. This pattern paper right here, which is from the Lighter Than Air DSP. It is the diamond pattern right there. I thought it was super cute, and I decided to go with that one this time. All right, so let's grab those pieces and I will give you the dimensions. So you're gonna need 2 of them that are 5/8 by 3 7/8. And yes, we have to use eighths because I want a very narrow border. See how narrow that is? if we go with 1/4 inches, then we're gonna have very wide Tahitian tied, and I wanted the DSP to shine more than the cardstock because we have plenty of cardstock on this side that shows. Okay, so 5/8 by 3 7/8, you need 2, and then this one is 7/8 by 3 7/8. Okay, and then we also have 2 other pieces of one is cardstock and one is DSP. And this one is 1.5 by 2.5, and the designer series paper is 1 3/8 by 2 3/8. So you can cut all this at the same time. I'm going to put that off to the side. We're just going to glue these on first. So we're going to start with this thin piece, and it's going to get this one. So we're going to go ahead and use our wet adhesive and start adding so it's going to go, the wide piece is here, okay, and we're going to put this like that. And so if you need to see, you can turn it back as you do it so that you get them, because you know you get wiggle room when you use wet adhesive, so you want to make sure. So now we're going to bring this one in, right, and this is the bigger one, so we're going to do that one next. So here's this one, and we're going to turn that back and make sure that I have that as good as possible. Okay, I want it to kind of sort of be even, but you know, life's not perfect, neither am I. Okay, and then the last one goes right here, so let's get the last one going. And this one goes right there. All right. I am quite happy with that. All right, we can attach this layer on top of this layer while we're gluing DSP to cardstock. We don't need it quite yet, but it'll be ready for us when we do. While you're cutting DSP, you might as well cut it all, right, at the same time. And then we just have to slide that into place and then press it down. All right, I'm going to put that off to the side. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to erase any glue that I may have gotten on the edges, because, you know, inevitably, you see how much glue I use, which is why I use my glue eraser so much. All right. I wanted to put a window here in this larger panel because I wanted the bunny, who happens to be this little bunny right here. By the way, I got these in the Dollar Tree. I think they come in 5 to the pack. Let me show you what they look like. And so here they are. And you have 5 of these little guys. So you may be seeing them for another treat project because I do 2 of each. And then that one may end up in either my mouth or John's mouth. I don't know. Depends. But anyway, so I wanted him to kind of peek out. Okay. So what I decided to do was use a circle punch because it's easy. This is the 3/4 inch. And so what you want to do is you want to bring this in all the way in like this, okay? And you want to center it on the panels. It's kind of hard to do when you're looking at the diamonds. So what I do is I turn it so that I can look at the solid cardstock. It's a little bit easier on the eye. And I centered my punch. So I have a little tick mark I also have one there. It's just how I do when I have punches. I try and find my centers because I do a lot of things like this, like make windows and the like. And so we want this to be in between this big panel right here. Let me bring you guys down a little. It might help. All right, the lighting isn't as good when you're this close, but you can definitely see a lot better because now it looks like Azure Afternoon and not Tahitian Tide. But what you want to do is try and get this in the center of this piece. So I have to move it a little bit this way. And I think we're good now. I think we're centered. And if I'm a little off, which I was with the other one, it's really okay, I promise. So don't be so scared. Okay, let's flip it over and see how good I did. Okay, not too bad. So there it is. And I pushed it all the way down as far as it could go into the punch so that you didn't have to worry about trying to figure out where. And that worked perfect for our bunny. So now that we've punched our hole, this you can just discard. You don't need it. Oh, and I don't know if I told you, that's a 3/4 inch circle punch. If you don't have one, I do have it linked in the description of the video. So all you have to do is click on see more and you can see that. I'm going to bring you guys back up because I want to explain some other things that I think you need to see a little bit from a little higher vantage point. Okay, so now this piece here, which is on the same side as the DSP, is going to get adhesive, and we're going to roll this around like this, and it's going to form our piece that our little candy is going to go into. So we want to put adhesive when it's open, and we want to try and keep it in that panel, but you know, this is me and I use too much glue. That may not happen. All right. So what I want to do is I want to roll this around. Okay. And then I'm going to bring it to the base, and I'm going to hold it like this just for a second, and then I'm going to flatten it. Okay. So what that does is it forces it to be even with the bottom, and then I'm going to push it this direction. I'm going to have it go both ways, okay? And now you have this really cool panel which you can slide your candy in. Now the problem is you don't want it to go through the other side, and I could have made a closure for the top and the bottom. I didn't want to do that because you would need a lot more cardstock, and you may not be able to get two from a piece. To be honest with you, I didn't even try it because I didn't want that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how we're going to fix that issue, okay? So I have a small piece of Tahitian Tide cardstock. This is 3/4 of an inch by 1.5 inches, okay? And so what we're going to do is grab our scoreboard, and we're going to place it in the corner with the long side across the top. And we're going to take the thinner of the two balls on our stylus, and we're going to go to the 1/4 inch, which is 2 tick marks, not the very one on the corner, because that's 0. That's 1/8, that's 2/8, which happens to be 1/4 of an inch. And we're just going to press that corner, and we're going to flip it around. So now that's the scored part that I did. And we're going to do the same thing in the same place at the 1/4 of an inch. So now you have a piece that looks like that. And we're going to burnish like we do with everything. We're going to turn those in and press them into place. And turn that in and press it into place. All right. So this is going to form the base of our box. See how cool that is? So what we're going to do is we're going to put adhesive on those two panels that we scored. So we're going to put them on both sides. 1 and 2. We're going to take our one that's open, and we're going to start on this side, and we're going to just slide it in like that and press it up against that side. And I like that side, I guess because I'm right-handed, I have more control with my right hand. So then I'm going to slide this in and slide it into that piece, okay? And what I want to do now is flip this so that that part's down against my desk. Then I'm going to take my bone folder, which actually doesn't fit very well. It's going to bow it, but you can use it. And you want to press the corners. You can also take your pick tool. You can also take scissors. These are longer than our paper snips. But what you want to do is you want to press those corners down. Okay? And then that is going to form this piece. I'm going to slide this in. That's going to be up against the side there. All right. I want to make sure it's in there good. All right. And I think we're good now. So now we have a base on our box, okay? So now we can slide our little bunny in there. So you're just going to slide from the top. And you want to get your bunny face in there. Then what I did with this piece is I just kind of raised it up, folded it back, and when I push it in, it kind of lines up there and you can pull that. You can also slide that piece up and take a little bit more of this at the bottom and slide it in. Just mess with it until you can see a little bit of the bunny's face through your window, which is the key, right? You don't want it to be hiding. So that looks good to me. And then you can just, whoops, I guess I didn't have enough glue on that. My goodness, let's try that again. One side secure, but not the other. Apologize for that. I guess maybe I didn't press it down before the glue dried. All right, so we're gonna put that in again. There we go. I think that time it definitely grabbed. I'm gonna use my bone folder and I'm going to press that against the bottom. And this side might work a little better. All right, let's try that again. So let's slide our bunny in. Oh my gosh, so cute. And then this, I just kind of tuck it to the back so that you can still slide your finger in there to pull the bunny out, but you definitely want his little, kind of like he's peeking through that hole, okay? Now, for this back panel, remember this piece we glued together. Make sure you don't have any glue on anything. And then what you're gonna do is do 3 sides. So we're gonna add glue to the 2 short sides and then 1 of the long sides across, okay? And what this is doing is forming our little gift card holder section. So make sure the side that has that glue is along the bottom edge and you want to press that into place right there. And I just push my fingers, or you can use your bone folder and press it into place. All right, we're going to let that sit before we put our gift card in there. We're going to stamp, well, I've already stamped the 2 butterflies. And we're going to stamp our sentiment that says an Easter treat for you. So I'm grabbing my Tahitian Tide ink. I'm going to ink up my stamp. And yes, I put multiple stamps in the same block. I've always done that. It's just how I do things. So sorry if you don't like that. You can put yours on separate blocks, but it works for me. And I'm just going to give that a chance to grab. There's my sentiment. And that's the only one I did with the Tahitian Tide. We're going to use Memento Tuxedo Black next. And I'm going to clean this one. And then I'm going to grab my Happy Easter sentiment, also from the Easter Bunny stamp set. We're going to ink that up. And I like to make sure my black, because since I use it so much, it tends to be a little bit less inked. And we're going to angle this across like this, so that when they pull the gift card out, they have the Happy Easter right there. All right, so that's it for stamping. We are going to fussy cut our butterflies and trim our ends. So this one I'm gonna angle like that. And this one I'm gonna angle the same direction. So this is gonna come across like that. Let's fussy cut our butterflies out. They're very easy. I know they're small, but they're not hard to fussy cut. It's basically like just going around a circle. There's really nothing intricate about the butterflies. And just think of it as practice. And so I stamped the Memento Tuxedo Black ink for the butterflies. I stamped one on Fresh Freesia, which is this purple lavender-ish color. And the other one on Tahitian Tide. And that eliminated me having to color them. So we're gonna go around this butterfly. We're in the home stretch here. I hope that you're liking the video. If you do, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. I would love it if you would share my videos with your friends. You can click on the share button on Facebook, and then you have lots of options. You can share it to your Pinterest, to Facebook. You can copy the link and share it in a text message if you want. I'm very grateful for those who share, and thank you for helping me to further my reach. All right, so we're gonna flip these over and we're gonna add some dimensionals. So I'm gonna go with minis for the butterflies. I'm gonna put 2 on each butterfly. And then I'm gonna use the regular sized ones for our sentiment. And again, I'm gonna put them side by side because they're gonna stick out a little on the ends. And it looks like I got glue. I'm so good at getting glue on everything, but thank God for the adhesive remover. All right, and then we have to add our bunny right here, okay? So we don't want any above his ears, and basically equal with his mouth is as far up as we want our pieces to go. So I'm gonna add one, oops, that one came off there, that one. And then and there, one more down here maybe. And then I'm gonna add a mini on his foot and a mini right there. All right, so now we can pull the backs off. If I can find my take your pick tool, because I lose everything. Okay, so let's get them all off. Let's pick that one up there. That one's the one that came off. All right, all the backs are off. Now comes the fun part, right? Let's decorate. So I'm gonna add an Easter treat for you about right there in the middle. We're gonna put a butterfly flying above it. So cute. I love that that bunny is like farther down than the other one. And I guess that it just depends on the wrapper and where they sealed it is what I'm guessing. So, but I think it's kind of cute that his eyes are peeking, because literally our bunny peeks out through the window of his little house that he has, and he will do that exact same thing. So I think it's actually hilarious. So we're gonna add our bunny here, and then I have my Target gift card. And you could get a Starbucks or whatever kind of card you want, but this is what I happen to have in my arsenal here at the house. And so I just decided to go with those. All right. So I hope that you enjoyed this little Marshmallow bunny gift card holder, and that you will try your hand at making one as well. Don't forget, we used the Easter Bunny stamp set, and we actually used the Easter Bunny punch today. The paper was lighter than air, and the rest was cardstock. Thanks for being here with me, guys. I appreciate you so much, and I will see you tomorrow for a live video at 8 p.m. Eastern. If you would like to join me, I am live every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern and every Thursday afternoon at 1 p.m. Eastern. I appreciate you so much, and you have a fantastic day. This is Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. Happy stamping. And if you missed yesterday's video, I'm going to put it right up there in the corner. So go ahead and click that and you should be able to watch that. Have a great day, guys. Happy stamping.